Hello, beautiful beings.
Hello.
And welcome back to the forest. If you are new here, my name is Aura, and today I am joined by my fiance, Gunver.
Hey.
So if you know us, or if you have followed us on Instagram, you probably have already seen our announcement, but it has been a while since I posted on YouTube, so I thought it was fitting. The first video back in a few months was an update on that, and what better way to update you all than a good old-fashioned Q&A. So that is what we are going to be doing today. All right, so I'm sure everyone is obviously wondering about the wedding, and I don't want to keep my fiance here for very long, so we're gonna do this all in chunks. First, we're going to have all of the wedding questions, and then I'm gonna get into some things that are just to do with me, like school and life updates and stuff like that. So let's get into it. So these are going to be in no particular order, but the first question that I received was asking about my ring, and you picked it out all yourself, so I feel like you should tell them about it.
Yeah, just like the facts. It's a vintage setting of the ring, so I don't really know how old it is, but it's a vintage piece and in a vintage style, so it's kind of really dainty and nice. There's really nice leaving patterns. It's 14 karat white gold, and there's a sapphire on it because Aura specifically didn't want any diamonds when we talked about it in the past.
Yeah, no diamonds. I wanted a crystal, something pretty. And it's untreated too.
Yeah, it's an untreated sapphire. And it shimmers. The cut is really beautiful. It shimmers really nicely in the sun, and that's why I picked it out.
Yeah, and I love it so much. The next question is, are we planning on having 2 wedding ceremonies to honor all spiritual and religious cultural beliefs? And the short answer to that is no. Personally, I don't have any cultural or religious ties to weddings, so it wasn't too hard to decide what we wanted to do, and that is why. That's because.
Yeah, that's because I'm Sikh and culturally Punjabi, so I was raised that way. My parents are both first-generation immigrants, and that's something that they wanted to see, and I have always wanted to participate in. So that's what we're going to be doing.
A traditional Sikh wedding. All right, the next question is just an update on wedding plans as of about a week after we've been engaged, and there hasn't been too much, to be honest. We don't really want to share a lot of the details until things are set in stone. I think that's pretty common, but the first thing that was established for sure was our engagement ceremony. In Indian tradition, Sikh tradition, it's called a roka ceremony. So we're going to be having that in early October. And I know we're both really excited because we're gonna have some distant family, or close distant family come up, and it'll just be really nice to have everyone in one place for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You wanna say something?
Nope.
Okay. So the next question is about our engagement, and it is if I was expecting it or not. And I actually was expecting to get engaged. We pretty much already knew already. I expected it to be on that trip as well, because why else would he be taking me to a fabulous resort? But on the day that it happened, actually, everything that happened that day, it was kind of crazy. Maybe we'll share the story of that day some other time, but everything leading up to it really made me forget that was even an option, and in the moment when it happened, I was 100% surprised, which was nice, and just it was a really genuine response. If you follow me on Instagram, you can watch the video, but it was crazy because I didn't even think about it at all that day, and it was pretty impressive that you actually surprised me. The next question is, do we plan on having a large or a small wedding? And that is also a very easy answer. We plan on having a large wedding. Just based off of his family and close family friends, it was already going to be a large wedding, and then with my family and all of our close friends also, it's gonna be fairly large, but hopefully within the next year and a half or so, with COVID, everything will be a little bit better with restrictions and people limit and all of that. So we're keeping our fingers crossed, but definitely family's already large.
Yeah.
So the next question is if we will be sharing any of the wedding process. And I kind of answered this a little bit before, but we don't want to share too much until things are actually set in stone. We've only been engaged for like 2 weeks officially, but I would love to share the process. If you would like to see that, comment down below, give this video a like. I think especially a Sikh wedding with all of the traditions and events, a lot of people don't know what goes on during it. They want to see it, they want to understand it, and I think that would be cool to share. I also love documenting things, so there'll probably be a little bit of wedding planning shared, definitely. The next question is about wedding planning is, do I have a desired color scheme? And y'all know that I'm doing all of the planning for this. So.
You do, but you don't.
I do, but I don't. I think the color scheme I've chosen, I'm not going to share it now, but the one that I have chosen, I think I'm going to stay with that for the decorations, or majority of the decorations at least. But as far as like outfit colors and the day of the wedding and all of that, I just need to do a lot more thinking about that, but it'll come to me eventually. I'm very indecisive. All right, the next question is, how was our trip and why did we choose Arizona? If y'all didn't know, again, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow both of us. Our links will be down below. But we went to Arizona and got engaged, and I think the main reason why we chose Arizona was because the environment was so much different than Washington and what we
cool rocks
were used to. Like super cool rocks, very red. We stayed in Sedona for most of the trip, and then one night in Phoenix, which was really cool. Yeah, we were just like looking for different places in the US specifically that we have never really been to. Both of us have been to like all of the West Coast, like Washington, Oregon, California, but we had never been to like a desert area.
Or the Midwest.
Or the Midwest, and it was really cool to see, and
the food was really good.
Oh, yeah, the food was so good. Like, I want to go back there just for the food, to
Food
be
is really
honest.
good, yeah.
But overall, the trip was amazing. I did share a little bit about it on my Instagram, and I also filmed a get ready with me the day after we got engaged. So I will probably post that after this video sometime, so look out for that. But yeah, trip was great, wonderful place, want to go back again. Some great memories. The two sappiest questions, and then my fiance will leave because I know he's a little bit bored of this. But I guess we'll start with this one and do the sappiest for last. So what is something special that we do together?
Go on dates.
Yeah.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, we love to go on dates. Even after 5.5 years of being together, we will dress up and do a little date night, whether that be like smoke a blunt and get some coffee or like fast food or something, some dumplings, or like plan an elaborate picnic in the park one day, or go to the lake or something. I think we just both love doing things together and spending time together and doing fun things. Also that we've never done before. That's a lot of fun too. Okay, the sappiest question now for last. How did we know we were the one for each other? Do you want to answer this first?
I held hands. And I knew.
Want to say anything else?
No, it's mysterious and it's true.
Okay. For me, it was probably the way he takes care of me and has continued to take care of me throughout our entire relationship, and pushes me to be my best, even if I cannot see that in myself. And yeah. I just also knew, probably within like a few months of us dating, I was just like, I want to marry you. And look at us now.
Level completed.
Level completed. Okay, well, those were the questions for or about the wedding, the engagement, and everything. Thank you, baby, for being here. I'll let you leave and we'll have a little chat now. Bye. Okay, well, It's just you and me now. So, oh my gosh, hey, how's it been? Fuck. How long have I not posted on YouTube? Well, anyway. So, I got quite a few questions not about the wedding, which is very nice because I love catching up with y'all, and it has been a while since I posted on YouTube, so I figured I would just open the questions for free reign. We got school, we got spiritual stuff, we got lifestyle things, and I'm ready to answer them. So again, I'm gonna do this in like chunk type segments, so I'm gonna get the kind of boring one out of the way, and that is an update on school, and that is the actual first question that I got about school, relating to school, is just an update. So I finished summer quarter 2 days before we went on our Arizona trip, and god damn did that ruin me. I got through it, but I don't think I will ever do summer quarter again. I took 3 classes, which was also a bad idea, but it's basically, you know, a full quarter's worth of material sandwiched within like 5 weeks, and things move very fast, and I did not have a social life for pretty much all of the summer, which was annoying to say the least. But it went well, I got through it. I am returning in late September, early October, and I'm just continuing my AA and my prerequisites to go into the ultrasound tech program, and that's pretty much all the updates I have about it. I'll just move on to the next questions. So we have, how do you stay motivated while doing school at home? And for me, this is honestly really something that's really important for me, is having a dedicated school work space. Especially if you are only able to do homework or schoolwork in your bedroom. Like, make sure you have a desk, or make sure you have just a designated area in your room that you can do schoolwork at, and you know that when you sit there, it's school time. So you're not really like sitting on the couch doing schoolwork or sitting in your bed doing schoolwork. I know it's comfortable. I am definitely at fault for doing homework in bed or on the couch quite a few times, but it's definitely more motivating and helpful to sit at a desk and show up for yourself in that way, to learn and participate in school especially. And I'm just gonna bang them out. The next question is, how does cannabis help or harm your school progress? And to be honest, pretty much cannabis will harm your school progress. I try my hardest not to smoke cannabis or ingest anything while I'm studying or while I'm in class, just so I can maintain that focus that I need to have to learn new things. But I definitely still smoke when I'm not doing schoolwork or when I'm done with my homework, things like that. But it can definitely just make me feel a little bit, you know, less inclined to want to do schoolwork. It gets a little bit more boring, to be honest, because I want to do other things, you know. The next question I have is, what made you choose your career path, and when did you decide? So I actually chose my career path as a suggestion from my in-laws now, my fiance's parents. They were helping me decide going back to school or not, and if you didn't know, I dropped out of college the first time that I went. I did an arts college and it just wasn't for me, but I didn't want to go back to college until I knew what I wanted to do, or at least had an idea of what I wanted to study, because I didn't want to waste my time. So I decided before I went back to school. Now I know that's not the best for everyone. Some people need to go and experience different things and figure out what they want to study through learning, but I didn't want to waste my time since I had already done some schooling beforehand. So I decided before I started, and then I just am working up with my prerequisites until I'm able to transfer into the program. So the last question I have about school, and it's a good segue into the spiritual side of the questions, is how do you balance schoolwork and spiritual practices? Now, this is something that I've actually been kind of struggling with, especially summer quarter, since I was very, very busy. I fell off of my daily meditations and yoga practice, but that was also because I had started working out in the gym 3 days a week consecutively. I've been doing that for maybe like 3 months now. I'm getting fit. But I basically transferred my meditative physical activity from yoga to working out for a while, and I am slowly starting to get back onto my yoga grind because that is very important, especially if you are weightlifting or working out a lot. But I basically did things in my day that I could do quick that would give me kind of a boost of energy or release my anxiety. I started taking cold showers to cool down and slow down my nervous system. And sorry if the camera changed angles or anything like that. My battery just died. I had to go grab a new one. But that was a perfect little commercial break. I'm now going to go into the questions relating to spirituality and also a little bit about cannabis. So the first question that came to me about these topics is just asking for a reflection on how cannabis has changed my life and my relationships. And I think personally I have a very lucky outlook on this, I guess experience with this, because I definitely credit wanting to smoke cannabis to me actually meeting my fiance, my now fiance, and that is just because I decided one day in my dorm while I was at college that I wanted to go out and smoke, and I left my dorm. I saw one of my friends that I normally smoke with, and I go, hey, do you want to smoke some weed? And he was like, oh, hey, yeah. I was actually gonna go up to my friend's room and we were all gonna smoke together, and I was like, oh shit, can I come along? He was like, yeah. And then he introduced me to this young man, and I instantly fell in love, and now we're engaged. So that was a little, I feel like I'm a little biased when I talk about this, especially with relation to cannabis, because a lot of people don't have the same experience with that. I definitely have met some people that are not in my life anymore because of cannabis, but I think for overall purposes, cannabis has really like just given my life a second light, a new light, something to just add on to the sunshine that is my life. I don't really know how else to say it, but that's my reflection. That leads into the next question, which is, why did I start smoking weed? And to be honest, I started smoking weed because I was depressed as fuck, and I didn't want to take prescription medication. It's definitely helped, and it definitely kind of hindered me at certain times, but that is my own personal journey and growth, so that's that. I guess most of these questions, oh no, some of them are spiritual. The next one is just also cannabis related, and it is best tips for finding strains that to deal with anxiety. And I would say recognize what type of anxiety you are feeling, or maybe where the anxieties are lying in different aspects of your life, and then go accordingly. It really just depends on how your body reacts to cannabis and what you like and what you dislike, what makes you comfortable. Definitely go ahead and look up the strains that you want to be smoking on websites like Leafly. That'll give you a better understanding of what energies or like what side effects you will be experiencing with the cannabis, because some cannabises do heighten anxiety and some lower it, so just be mindful of that. Do your research for sure. The internet is an amazing place. Okay, now we're going to be moving into some more spiritual questions. The first one I got is, what do you do when you start feeling stagnant? Sorry, I just thought I saw a spider, but I didn't. It's spider season. I have killed so many spiders in the past like week. I'm a little bit traumatized. But what do I do when I start feeling stagnant? Well, the first thing that I do is I go and take a shower. I think water is so healing, especially for myself. Taking cold showers also can really help you lower your nervous system. Not lower it, but calm it down, cool it down as well. Also taking an ice pack and holding it to your chest really helps also if you're feeling anxious. But taking a shower and really just taking the most like full luxurious shower that you can possibly take. Get into all of the nooks and crannies, wash everything, wash your hair, wash it all down the drain, and just be fully cleansed with yourself. And then the second thing I would probably do, honestly, when I'm feeling stagnant, my room is also feeling stagnant, which means I need to clean it up. So I would clean up my room. Sometimes I am in the mood to clean beforehand because my brain tells me that if I haven't showered yet, I'm dirty. My room is dirty. I'm going to get dirty while I'm cleaning my room. So I clean and then I do a big shower, and then I come back into my clean room, freshly showered. I just do a little pamper self-care and I just enjoy myself. And I also would do some journaling, and if I'm really like feeling anxious about certain things coming up, sometimes I can feel kind of stagnant if there's a lot of things coming up in the future but I'm not there yet. I would like to put that into my planner or make just a journal entry about things that are happening in the future so I can kind of feel better about them coming when they do. Alright, my last question focused around spirituality, was asking for tips for baby witches for spell work, protection, etc. And I would still like to do a video like this. I know I've said this so many times, but I'm just gonna give a little bit of tips here in this video. So my number one biggest thing is read and research. Please make sure that you are paying attention to closed practices, things that you are not culturally bound to, and things that don't help you in your nature. So I, as a white witch, wouldn't take something from an African witch's practice because that would not help me. It would definitely hinder me, especially if it was a closed practice. So make sure you are doing your research. Make sure you are finding things that are working for your path and for your heritage as well. Read, research, get books, look online, look for creators to go to, protect yourselves as well. This could be as simple as wearing a protective crystal, charming a necklace, even if it is not a crystal, wearing a veil, doing a protection spell on your room. Okay, we are at the last question of this video, and this is just a fun little like lifestyle question. Someone asked me what are some of my favorite music artists at the moment, and I'm just gonna go through my Spotify and see what I've been listening to recently. I have been listening to a lot of Lorde lately. I loved her first albums when I was in high school. They had a chokehold on me, and her new Solar Power album is amazing. It's so beautiful. I love pretty much all of the songs from it. I've been listening to a lot of Pink Panthers, a lot of Kali Uchis as normal. That's like my day-to-day. What else? I've been listening to Doja Cat's new album, as well as this artist named Ray Ami, who I just found like a few months ago. I really love her songs. Reggie Snow, Serena Isiyama, Remy Wolf, Megan Thee Stallion, Denzel Curry, Lily Allen, Willow, Yami Online. I could go on and on, but those are some of my most listened to artists at the moment. And that, my friends, is all of the questions that I had for this Q&A. Thank you so much if you asked a question. If you didn't or weren't able to, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me right now. The links will be down below. Follow my fiance if you would like to. His link will also be down below. Thank you so much if you've watched this video up until this point. I am so happy to be back and have some free time to film. I have some videos planned that I'm going to try and execute in the next few weeks, and definitely let me know if you would like to see like wedding planning updates, things like that. I'll try my best to document that. But yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say, so I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.